So, kia ora everyone, I'm Letitia Harding, the Chief Executive of the Asthma and Respiratory Foundation New Zealand, and today we are celebrating World Air Quality Awareness Week. We're so pleased to have Tony Sands here who's the General Manager from DBS, who is going to be joining us to answer some questions today, and Tony is an absolute expert in home ventilation, so welcome Tony.
Hey, thanks Letitia. Look, we're so proud to be part of this and be friends of the Foundation partners, and really stoked to be part of the World Air Quality Awareness Week. Thanks for having us.
I think it's such a topical issue for us here in New Zealand. Certainly we all know that we have some very old stock of homes throughout the country and a lot of damp homes as well, damp and cold homes. Are you finding that a lot of people who have bought, older homes, it's something that they're looking at getting DBS put in particular to really make those a lot more of a healthy environment?
Older homes, yes, definitely, particularly older homes which are having money spent on them. They're being renovated, so they're being insulated and heated and stuff like that. And adding ventilation is a natural progression to improve the house as part of that process. Also, with older homes that are not being improved, we also get involved with them as well, of course. Well, certainly from DBS's point of view, we've noticed if we can address wildfires for a start, and of course I live in Christchurch and we had another fire on the Port Hills recently, and it was a doozy. It was a big fire. Our advice to people that have a ventilation system in their home is when the fire is happening, turn the system off. The outside air quality is now worse than what your interior or your indoor air quality is. Don't risk it. Turn your system off. Close your windows, etc. It's an excessive and extreme event. It's not normal, if you like.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Everyone likes to do a bit of do it themselves, of course, here in New Zealand. I think one of the key things is that if you are, painting, especially with oil-based, if you're doing that sanding, fine sanding, you've got to have a well-ventilated area. It's hugely important. And obviously what we would say as well is, especially if you're doing sanding, those fine particulate matter which get deep down into the lungs, make sure that you're wearing an N95 mask as well is really important. You should have those on hand if you are a big, keen do-it-yourself person. But yeah, really it's that ventilation in the home, and I'm sure Tony can talk a little bit more about how important that is when you are in a closed space with doing it yourself projects.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was something I would have mentioned. Wear a mask, for goodness sake. Yeah. People often don't, and again, it's an unusual situation. We're creating all this dust, and it's not the normal situation. So wear a mask, and look, the other thing, just thinking on this too, and we've seen the results of this. When you're doing alterations, renovations to the home, try and always keep the home weather tight. You don't want the house to become damp. You're spending this money and this time. I'm hoping that you're insulating the bits that you're altering at least. Try and keep it weather tight so that the house, when you're finished, is healthy and dry. Okay, so a home ventilation system, essentially its job is to replace stale air with fresh air. So that could be the air has become more humid, more damp, etc., and is starting to contribute towards surface mould and other things around the place. And we're bringing in air or exchanging air, if you like, so that the air coming in is fresher and drier. So what that does over a period of time is it lowers the relative humidity in your home. And high relative humidity can be a killer, to be frank. And so DVS, a continuous ventilation system, just works by gently introducing or gently extracting, or both, air in and out of the home so that your stale air is replaced with fresher, drier air, and you've got a healthier environment. The goal with ventilation, no matter who you're talking to, and from what company I've got to say, is to replace stale air with fresher, drier air. and that's how good ventilation works. Ventilate your house, keep ventilating. You need fresh air to live in a house healthy and dry.